The room is still spinning, but I'm listening too. And now I have to think and plan. I can't go visiting. I can't have a relative or anyone else hanging around. But Mom knows that, or at least she did before that big red Jeep beat her up. Could I talk to my mom? No, I'm sorry, not for at least an hour or two. We need to get her comfortable. She's stable right now, but we need to be sure everything's all right, and I'm sure it is. Your mother suggested that you might call your Aunt Ethel. Does that sound right to you? I think a second, and then I say, yeah, I guess I should make a couple calls and then call you back, okay? Then I say, my dad, you said he's going to be all right too? Well, he's not going to be playing any tennis for a while, but he'll be up and around, maybe even back at work in a week or two. Both your parents are very fortunate to be alive. After a quick pause, she says, so let's review, Bobby. Both your parents are here at Presbyterian St. Luke's. They're both going to be fine, and I'm Dr. Sarah Fleming, and you're going to call me back here as soon as you get something arranged with your Aunt Ethel or someone else, right? Yes. Do you have a pencil? I'll give you my number. When I have a pen and paper, she says the number. It's 6:15 now, and I'll be here until midnight. Try to call me no later than 8 o'clock, all right? And if I'm not able to get to the phone when you call, leave a message and I'll call back. She pauses and then says, are you going to be okay about all this, Bobby? Now her voice sounds more like a mom than a doctor. The room is slowing down and I've stopped panting. I'm okay. Tell them that I'm fine and tell my mom and dad that I'm sorry about that they're hurt. I put the phone down and struggle to stand up, hugging the blanket around me. I pace up and down in front of the couch a few times, then I make myself sit down again to think. Aunt Ethel? I have to hand it to my mom. Even in an emergency room, she knows how to put a good story together. It must be from reading all those novels. Aunt Ethel is real, but having her be my babysitter, that's pure fiction. Aunt Ethel lives in Miami. And then I remember school, my school. Mom called them this morning and said I was homesick. That was the first lie. And now I've got to pretend to have a babysitter. I've got to call that doctor back in an hour or so and tell some more lies. And won't she want to talk with Aunt Ethel? And what happens if the people at school hear about the accident? Will they send somebody over to my house to make sure I'm okay? And will the cops keep coming back? I've got to make decisions. The winter sun is setting and the house is almost dark. There's only the flickering light from the TV. I'm sweating invisible sweat. I'm sitting on the couch wearing nothing but a blue fleece blanket, and no one is coming home for dinner, or bedtime, or breakfast. On the silent TV, a beautiful, happy family is sitting around the kitchen table. They're laughing and smiling as they eat. They're all in love with oatmeal. My family's not on TV. My family's messed up, and I'm probably the most messed up of all. I make my first decision. I've got to go see Mom and Dad, because that's what you do if your family gets in a car wreck, right? You go and see them because they're your family.